which is why I said earlier, you are your experiences.
Yeah.
Because all of those things, that's, another reason why I think I've talked about this before. They say like in acting, like go live life, go experience things, because if you don't have anything to experience in life, you have nothing to bring to the art. And so I feel like now I'm just like, it's so crazy because it's just all coming together. And from the outside looking in, girl, you don't know what the fuck you got going on. And that's okay if you think that. But like over here, like in my body.
I swear I got it.
I promise you, just like give it a couple
Give
seconds.
us a little moment. Kelsey goes this morning. I said, she said, sister, just hold out just a little bit longer. It was like one of those like.
I hate my job.
No, but not even. I don't even think I was saying I hated my job. It was just like we were just having like a where we are in life moment. But you know how like in movies like Cheetah Girls, like these coming of age movies, right? It'll be like the brother and the sister, like, no, bro, just hold out. Like, you're going to go to the league. Like, next year is going to be the one you're going to get scouted.
Yeah, platinum.
And that's how it felt. Like, no, girl, just wait.
Just hang on just a little bit longer. Don't give up yet.
No, yes, seriously. I just can't wait till we're like at the phase where we're looking back and it's like, so we wanted to tell you guys about this book that we wrote, but it's like our 15th thing that we've done.
Literally.
And y'all like, dang, remember we was just watching them?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like coming full circle.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait.
I can't wait either. I'm excited. I feel like if I had known that this is where my life would end up, like when I first started acting, if I knew that I was going to be happy doing this, living a life where I wasn't run by auditions and I wasn't, taking stock of how many projects I did. Like I'd be like, you're lying.
Yeah.
You're lying. And I feel like this is such a free way to approach life, and to some people it's gonna look like we're just so lazy and we just whatever, but like, hey, one thing I can say, babe, is I'm happy. Can you say the same?
Probably not.
Can you say the same?
Work on that.
And if you can't, you probably shouldn't be worrying about what makes me happy. So I want to go back to something when we were talking about our acting journeys, and I had asked you, why you didn't pursue theater or acting in general, because you said that you thought at one point that could be the rest of your life, and then you said your mom wasn't really going for that. I feel like you got a little bit of some feelings behind that.
I feel like, yeah, well, because I always express how supportive my family and my parents were with anything I wanted to do. When I wanted to quit something, they would let me quit. If I wanted to try something, they would let me try it. Like whatever, touch the stove to see if it's hot. But and it could have been a lot of things, right? My mama could have been like, no, we're not going to keep doing things that you quit or like whatever. But I remember around my junior year, I had stopped playing basketball. I was like, I'm done with that. Like, I'm not good. Like, let's just wrap this up. I don't want to play anymore. I kept doing volleyball and theater. I was doing theater really, really heavy, so much so that my senior year, we went to state for volleyball. And it was the same weekend as GTC, which was like, or ThesCon, one of the competitions. And I was a lead, and I was like, I guess I'm not going to state. And we fucking lost. So I felt like dang, like, girl, did you really make that big of a difference? But like, maybe I did. Who knows? Maybe if I would have won, I would have went. We would have made it to the next round. But either way it goes, I remember being like, okay, I think I wanted to look at Columbus and definitely SCAD, and we just had like a real coming to Jesus meeting at the dinner table, like. This is nice.
This is cute.
This is cute. Very much like this is cute. And I'm going to be honest, that was the first time that they were very like, no. They had never really told me no. And so I remember her being like, well, you can do that as a hobby. Like, when you get into school, you can go audition. I'm like, no, this is what I want to major in. And her words verbatim were, I'm not paying, because I didn't have scholarships, I'm not paying for you to go be a starving artist. And, at that point, it was like the little scholarship opportunity I did have, I didn't want to take it. So she's like, you don't want to play sports in college, but you want to go be frolicking across the stage in some fucking school? Probably not. No. Like, if my hard-earned dollars are going to be spent on it, you're going to do something else. So I went and I majored in mass comm, journalism. I feel like that's like the
The fallback.
I was about to say that's the fallback. I feel like that's the creative's fallback.
Art history.
Yeah, art history, something like that. And so I did that for a year, and then I was like, oh yeah. I tried to really convince myself that I was going to be a journalist.
I tried to. My degree was communications at one point too.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm gonna be a journalist, and I was taking all these like newscaster classes or whatever, which I liked writing. So I was like, I convinced myself, and then I was like, I wanted to write about like fashion. So I was like, I would just like work for Vogue or something. And I was like, I fucking hate this shit. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. So I always think like, I wonder had you supported me, had I would have gone to school, did what I wanted to do, and maybe I would have graduated. Maybe I would have ended up at Juilliard or something. I don't know. But like, I always feel like there's a piece of me that wants to know what that would have been like had I like continued to follow my artist dreams, because I feel like I'm so far removed from it now. Like, I feel like even if I wanted to go audition or go like take a class or something, it would be like this old washed up ass bitch. Like,
girl, that is a beautiful thing about acting though. There is no age limit. And I think perspective really is such a bitch because, again, I see where you're going. And I've had those thoughts too. I've like had real life meltdowns in my own time about my parents not making me a trust fund baby. Like, or not making me a Nepo baby.
Yeah.
Why were y'all not on y'all Zoom? Because like, and the thing is, I have creative parents. It's like, I have creative parents. And if y'all would have tapped into the things that you guys were creatively happy or creatively made you happy, I could have been a Nepo baby. And you did me a fucking disservice by not doing that for me. But I've had those thoughts. But I just, again, perception and perspective, because even if, right, let's say mommy would have been like, yeah, I support it, go be a starving artist.
That's so
well, here's the thing. And like, we can cut this out if you want, right? But like, you were like, you can't act because I don't want you to be a starving artist. You're a starving artist now. Like, so it's like, I just wonder, had you had the opportunity to chase what you want because you love it, you're going to put your everything into it. That's the problem with like people like us, right? And I think people in general, but we have it real bad. Like, we have a very selective palette.
Right.
Like, we want to do what we want to do.
It.
We want to do what we want to do. So I wonder, had she given you the support to do what you wanted to do?
Would I just excelled?
But no, what I think would have happened is, bitch, like something would have, perspective. I think everything would have happened to lead you up to, like, you're going back in that direction, okay? It's coming full circle and you're going back. And I believe that either you would have had to live the hard life ahead of time to experience what you experience in order to kind of make you into the version that was not only like worthy of that, but able to sustain that, right? So either you would have had to have the hard time before and the learning before to kind of build you up into the person that could facilitate living, existing, and thriving in this life, or you would have had the support, you would have obtained success a lot sooner, and you would have made dumbass mistakes because you wouldn't have had the experience to prep you. So you probably would have fallen off the high horse. And then, you know what I'm saying? But like it all would have aligned back to where your path is supposed to go. Same thing with me. I think that, our parents are Caribbean, so they were definitely like, oh, fuck no. Like, even they would take us to the little Barbizon meet and greets or whatever casting calls, and then Barbizon would then tell us how expensive it was going to be. They'd be like, oh yeah, no, I'm actually not paying for this. Headshots, no. Calling cards, no. Actually not doing it. And they were very much so like, you're going to get an education, that whole like
maybe a
scarcity mindset. And like, the assembly line of literally like, you're going to do something and you're going to do something that's going to guarantee you success, which that all of that's a lie. And it's a
Nothing
scam.
guarantees you success. That's the thing. Like, there is no,
like, you do this. I mean, of course, doctors and lawyers are probably like the surest bet.
Maybe
to
be more successful,
but you still don't know. But yeah, so they were very much so like education first. And I do think that, had they supported me sooner, I think also I would have obtained success faster. I think I'm not as huge and like rich and successful by like society's measures yet, because I couldn't handle it. I think I would have fucked off, and I think that I would have fucked my life up. I think I would have been, You know what? I talk
Amanda
shit about
Bynes.
Charlie Sheen so much.
Girl, I was about to
If
say, I've been Charlie Sheen.
If
With my parents?
Girl, if I would have grown, I would have been Charlie. But with my appetite for life and exhilaration and fun, and I would have been a Charlie Sheen too. I'm not gonna lie.
I was
not gonna
Charlie
lie.
Sheen. I was about to take my spoiled.
You were not broke Charlie Sheen, but you
Them spoiled
definitely
parents, child. I was in that house.
You for sure have a little bit of the silver spoon. It wasn't fully. It was like one side was silver, one side was copper. Okay, it was like
a little like any moment. It could be
any moment.
else.
But I do think it is important because. So one thing that I will say is, I believe that we are coming to the realizations that we're coming to within ourselves about our life, and I think that our journey is like steadily evolving because I think in a lot of ways we're not in survival mode. To an extent, we have aspects of our life in which we both feel like we are trying to like get a grasp, like a better grasp of, that particular area of our life. However, I feel like we really have given ourselves the freedom to exist in who we are. And I don't think that we're trying to fit into any kind of mold or any kind of look or any kind of aesthetic or I think that we are truly walking in our womanhood and in our divine feminine and who we are as people. And that is also why our paths are unfolding the way that they are. I feel like now the step that we are on in our journey is the like existing freely phase. Like we've we're still processing and we're still healing and we're still growing and whatnot. But I think right now there is no more, we're not stumbling into who we are. I think we're very much so walking in who we are. So I think that also gives us the freedom in our brains, in our hearts, in our souls to really just kind of like exist and be pulled wherever God is trying to pull us and pull us into, or we're able to freely go on the path that we're supposed to be in.
And I think also being okay with, because I don't know, maybe you have not experienced this, but for me, sometimes I wasn't okay with my artistry, if that makes sense, or like wasn't comfortable in it. I think now, like anything that I decide to do or like put my effort into or like work on, I'm confident in it.
Right.
Even if I'm not confident in like what it might look like once it's done or like whatever, I'm confident in my ideas. I'm confident in my brain and in myself as a person to know that like whatever I touch, it's gonna be good. Like I told you, I had that conversation with somebody or had a conversation with somebody and it was like, well, what else would you do? And I'm like,
whatever.
It doesn't fucking matter what I do because anything that I do is gonna be good, bro. Like I can decide I wanna grow cherry trees from now on for the rest of my life and they're gonna be the best damn cherries you ever had in your life. Because anything I do, like that I genuinely wanna do, I don't know how to half-ass something I want to do. Like if I don't want to do
yourself
it,
into it, yeah.
Baby, you might
I'm
not
real
even get
good
a
on like
cheek. You might get.
something.
I was about to say you might not even listen. You might not get even thoughts about it.
Yeah.
But if it's something I genuinely want to do, like you said, I'm in out. I want to know how it works. I want to know everything about it. I want to become good at it. I want to become the best at it. Like,
yeah.
I want to be able to like spit fire back at you. If the CEO of whatever company it was came and was like, "Oh, I know more about this than you do."
Period.
Like, so yeah, I think anything that I wanted to work on, then I wouldn't have been confident enough to like. Now, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't have been confident enough to be successful, but I don't think I would have been confident enough to trust myself to go into those rooms and like audition well or to, meet certain people and like handle it correctly or whatever the case may be. Like, I think I would have always been second guessing myself. I spent a lot of time in my early 20s and like mid 20s too, like second guessing myself, knowing like, girl, like you're fucking Janae Iman. Like be fucking for real, like, but like being scared of being Janae Iman and like all that might entail.